This morning, we are celebrating National Bourbon Day by highlighting Four Branches Bourbon, the spirits company founded by 4 veterans from the Army, Navy, Marines, and Air Force, honors those who have served and supports veteran causes as well. Joining us right now with more are the co-founders of Four Branches Bourbon. We've got Air Force vet Mike Trott and Marine Corps vet Rick Franco. Guys, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Steve.
Okay, so Rick, you came up with this idea. You had the germ of an idea, and you decided to call Mike. What was your pitch to him?
Yeah, well, so I called Mike and said, Mike, look, I want to create a barrel of bourbon for guys from the unit that we'd both served in within the agency. So ignorant on it, and it was to honor those that served in and out of the shadows. The genesis was a real good friend of mine. We were fellow cadets at VMI. We were Marine officers, and I recruited him into the agency. And unfortunately, on his first mission, he lost his life, but he saved the lives of everyone else.
Sure.
So it was honor Greg.
I gotcha. Okay, so Rick, you're a Marine. Mike, you're in the Air Force. You wanted to have all 4 branches, so how did you figure out who from the Navy and who from the Army would help you out?
I think that organically grew. You know, when Rick called me up, it didn't start out as 4 branches. It started out really as individuals, and it just ironically grew when Rick called me up and I said, if we're going to do this, we need to bring in Harold, who's a good friend of ours. He's our 4th partner with the Navy. He's a retired Navy Command Master Chief of the SEALs. And we got to talking to Harold, and Harold within just a couple seconds said, guys, I'm all in, let's do this. And then it was at that point we said, hey, we got the Marines, we got the Air Force, we got the Navy, right. We need the Army guy. And so we reached out to a good buddy of ours, R.J. Casey, who's our 4th partner. He's a former Army Special Forces, and that became the 4 branches.
I gotcha. Okay, so 4 branches. I understand there are 4 grains involved. Rick, is this a bourbon because it's mainly corn?
That is correct. It's a bourbon because it has 65%, it's over 51% corn. Yeah. It was critical that we had 4 grains to represent each branch of the military.
Well, it's fantastic. And Mike, I'm looking at notes from your company, Four Branches Bourbon. It is a unique 4-grain recipe that's smooth up front with a little bit of bite on the back to give you that Kentucky kiss. What is the Kentucky kiss?
You know, some people refer to it as a Kentucky hug. We call it the Kentucky kiss. It's a little bit of a burn on the back of the tongue, just to let you know you're drinking bourbon, but it doesn't have that burn going down like a lot of whiskeys or bourbons do. It keeps you warm in the chest. It just lets you know you're drinking bourbon.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Rick, how should we celebrate National Bourbon Day today?
When we drink, we should drink honorably. And we should sip to remember, not to forget.
Very good. And Mike, I'm sure you would agree with that.
100%. It's all about drinking honorably to us.
Well, you know what? I think people all across the country now have heard about your product and are interested. So for more information, folks, here on National Bourbon Day, visit fourbranches.com to find out what they're talking about. Find out all about that Kentucky kiss. Guys, thank you very much for joining us live.
Steve, thanks for having us on. Quite the honor. Appreciate it.
It is an honor to have both of you. And thank you for your service, and thank you for your bourbon. And thank you for watching, because Hour 2 of Fox & Friends starts right now at 7 o'clock in New York.